Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? Hope things are going awesome with you. Hope you're having a great week. It is Wednesday, hump day, when I'm recording this. I'm Steve Devon, coming to you from wonderful, awesome North Carolina. I appreciate you checking this out. And the question is, okay, when I'm recording this, it is January the 8th of 2020. So the big question is, how are your New Year's resolutions going? So I don't know what the over and under is on how long they last, but I think a lot of them probably after a couple of weeks, they're not around anymore. So I hope that you are doing pretty good keeping up with yours. I thought it'd be a good time to kind of check in to see where you are after 1 week of 2020, how actually a little over a week, how your resolutions are going. And I thought of this today. I was actually listening to a podcast on the way home. A fellow named Brendan Burchard, and I was listening to it, and he was talking about transformation. Actually, he and his wife both, they were talking about transformation, but he mentioned the theme of it was necessity, making sure that you kept up with your transformation. You figured out why it was necessary for you to transform your life. I don't know, that's kind of a convoluted way to say it, but and he happened to mention what you're doing, kind of your work or your what you're trying to accomplish, your goals, not really your goals. He was talking more about why you have to do what you are supposed to do, why you have to do, what you're doing. And he talked about connecting it to service. And here's the way he explained it. I thought it was really pretty good. He said, every day, remember who it is that you are doing this for. And of course the family at least is what came to my mind. But he talked about, like I said, he connected with it with service, but he said also who will benefit, who needs you to do what you are doing. And so when he was talking about it, it occurred to me, I said, that's a really great way also to connect with your goals, what you what your kind of your dreams or your aspirations are. And then of course it occurred to me, I said, also a good way to connect with your New Year's resolutions and making sure you stay on track. And I said, that's kind of a sneaky way to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my New Year's resolutions that I came up with. I think I actually came up with them on New Year's Day. Most people before New Year's, but I was thinking about it on New Year's Day. And I have 5. I don't know how many you might have. You might have 1, 2, 3. However many you have, go back to them now. Like I said, it's been a week. So go back to them and think about who will most benefit by you keeping them. And that will be extra motivation. And really, I love the way he put it. Who needs you to do this? Who needs you to keep that resolution or those resolutions? A good example, I think, is perhaps if you're if one of your resolutions is to lose weight or to get healthier. I think that's like one of the top resolutions, like 70% or something like that. People come up with either one, some variation of that to lose weight or be healthier or something to that effect. So one way you might connect that to who needs you to keep that resolution would be is if you have children that you would like to play with, that it will be a lot easier for you if you can, lose the weight that you need to lose, or if you get healthier, you will be, maybe you'll have more energy to keep up with them, either children or grandchildren, whatever it is. If that might be give you extra motivation if you keep that in your mind as you go along through the year. So that's one good example. I'm sure you might come up with others, but that is, to me, a kind of a sneaky way for you to make sure you stay on track. It's something you probably haven't thought about. I know I hadn't thought about it. So be sure that to go back to your resolutions and write down who it is that will most benefit, who needs you to keep those resolutions, and that should motivate you to do that. And I hope that was helpful. Hope maybe it motivated you a little bit. And since we kind of mentioned weight loss, if that happens to be one of your goals, just reach out to me. I have a 5 ways to specific ways that you can reach your weight loss goals. Just reach out to me, and I'll be glad to get those to you. And I hope that was helpful. I hope you got some value out of it tonight. And I'll look forward to catching you next time. And always remember, in the immortal words of Winnie the Pooh, that you are braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, and you are smarter than you think. Thanks. Bye.